sexy as it gets. Says she swing her hips, I bet you won't forget. Let her through, she on the list. VIP, come with me, bring your friends, let's get it in. Call me Young Spike Lee, it's movie time at the Urban Gallery. It's Fortitude Valley, with dance drip daily. And all the girls, we got them, no ifs, ands, and maybes. Turn up, let's get wild and crazy. Come on, which one gon' be my lady? I like them all, caramel, cinnamon, mocha, pecan tank.
What's poppin', guys? Welcome to Urban Gallery Grill, or the Ugly Grill, where we dismantle and dissect topics in urban culture from couture to trends, music and entertainment. And today we've got a special guest with us. We've got DJ Malachi here, and we've got Nick from London Boys. So what's poppin'?
What's poppin'? What's poppin'?
What's happening? What's happening?
Good to be back. Good to be back. Been a minute.
So, how you been?
Yeah, good. Busy. Just constantly getting ready for this show. Still a long way out. Still 12 weeks out to the show.
12 weeks, so it's soon though.
Yeah, it's soon. So 3 months away. So we've got some big news to announce today. First on Urban Gallery. So we've got some good stuff to bring out.
So first of all, what are your expectations toward this tour?
For me, yeah, like I'm looking forward to just catching up with Mob James. He's a big one, which he's going to talk about later on. You talk about Greg Kading's bringing these two stories of hip hop, really influential guys together. So talking about what actually happened and presenting real facts, which people have been speculating for years, and now we get to actually see pretty much the truth. But I'm looking forward as well to be able to play sets where I can just play Tupac, just play Biggie, and that's all people want to hear. It's been a long time since I've been able to do that. So
that's awesome.
So for those that don't know, DJ Malachi was a DJ back in Brisbane, back through 2000, 2008, 2007. Played in a lot of clubs in Brisbane. I had a lot of DJs come to me when we first did this tour. Talking about that they wanted to do this and that because they were previous. DJ Malachi is probably the best person for this tour. He's an extremely talented DJ. He's in his 30s like me, so he's from, he knows
so
his music.
I know who Tupac is. I know who Biggie is.
That's right. And he's going to really turn it up on the night, so I can't wait to him to bring that,
And being like a local DJ here in Brisbane, I'm sure even still Tupac and Biggie would have had a massive influence on your music career as well. So what kind of influence do you think that they've had on you?
When you're a DJ, you like to just play with different music and you like to mix music, and I like the feel and the vibe of hip hop music. And when like I said before, the two greatest influential guys in hip hop, pretty much, be able to just play their music, and I'd spend hours at home just playing their beats, playing their songs, and I learned my skills from their music, from other West Coast stuff, from other Bad Boy stuff as well. So big influence from them, for sure. Yeah, definitely. That's why I'm really excited about this.
Absolutely.
Sure,
That's awesome. And so you're having like an hour and a half set at the beginning of the show, is that right?
Correct.
So are you planning, have you got like a bit of a sequence going? You're going to start from like the very beginning?
Yeah, tell us what team is.
You need to come to the show though, right?
If we're going to take it back, so we're going to, with Puck, obviously it's going to be a lot from 1990 to 96. That Malachi's going to play, and then we're going to mix it in with Big. Big's career wasn't as long as Puck's career, but Big's career really kicked off in 92 through to 97. So Malachi will do a good hour to an hour and a half, and then he's actually incorporated in Greg Kading's presentation with myself as the MC, and on timelines and monumental events that happen between around 96 and 97 for people that don't know, and obviously one of the reasons why this beef unfortunately happened between Tupac and Biggie, and what led to obviously their demises, which is very, very tragic. So I think I said last time, and we'll reiterate, will be that in order to take people back, we need to really bring the music out.
Absolutely.
And obviously there's some music there that is a little bit disgruntled and obviously a little bit offensive, but actually went down.
So Malachi, obviously, so you're doing an hour and a half set at the beginning of the show. So can we have like a bit of a teaser? Like, are you going to start it from the beginning and then kind of like go to more like?
You have to come to the show though, aren't you?
Of course I'm going to come to the show, but
Look, it's going to be a lot of a bit of both. You got Biggie. It's about Tupac as well. So just to be able to play those those songs, and you know, I'm gonna mix them up a lot, do a lot of bit of tricks and stuff like that.
Yeah,
scratching, you know,
and how long have you been DJing for, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh man, I started when I was like 17.
Wow, that's
so it's like a hobby that I picked up when I was a kid, and I've always played. So but yeah, to be able to turn it.
And how was the experience of that? Yeah.
Sorry.
How was the experience of that? Like before your 4 years break, I heard.
Yeah, I did have a break recently.
Yeah.
But it's exciting. Something like this is going to pull me out for sure. Like
absolutely.
This is a very exciting thing, you know, tour to be on. So yeah, it
is an exciting tour to like come up with such a big tour as well, like going all over the globe as well. Must be exciting.
Hopefully. I mean, Nick's trying to get this thing, you know, take off here in Australia, and hopefully it's going to take off around the globe too. So there's definitely potential there.
Awesome.
But Malachi brings a very integral part to this show, obviously with his set before the show and then obviously during the show. So like I was saying, he's going to bring some monumental music that were based on events that happened between around about October 95 to around about March the 9th, 97. So you know, I mean, there's some music in there that, you know, will take us right back to one of the reasons why it was this beef started. So
it makes it relatable as well, like you know, you've got Greg Kading coming to talk about murders and crime and whatnot. And you've got the music there to relate to. So,
and that was something when I started looking at this show around about 4 months ago. I said to Greg, it was a touchy subject because Greg, we all have opinions in this business. We all have opinions on social media. We all have opinions on Twitter, YouTube, whatever. However, I didn't want this just to be purely around the investigation. I want this to be around a celebration of their two people's lives. And obviously, these two artists are musicians. They're rappers, they're artists, they're poetry. So then when I started thinking about it, I'm like, I've got to bring a DJ with some music content to this show, because this show can't be just around the tragic deaths and how it happened. We've got to also bring it up for the families. It's a celebration, and obviously
it's a celebration.
Yeah, the music will bring it back. So with the presentation, obviously during Greg's presentation, we need to take the back musically, and obviously there was some music that happened between 95 and 97 that made these two artists sort of go against each other, unfortunately, and obviously music that we can relate to, like the Hit 'Ems Up, the Who Shot Yous, Long Kiss Goodnight, Hypnotize, all that sort of music. And that'll bring back sort of the poetry, that'll bring back that they were two of the greatest MCs. So people on the night can really, really feel that in the audience, you know what I mean? They can sit back if you're like in your 30s and go, you know what, I remember when, I think we spoke about it last time, I remember when Hit 'Em Up come out and all these sort of music. So it really touches the audience around the passion behind the music.
Yeah, and it's going to be a big celebration of their lives, right?
The thing is, it has to be. And we've had a lot of stuff on social media, like, you know what I mean, this is, why do they want to talk about this? We're talking about the facts. Well, there's no conspiracies to this show. We're talking about the truth. But in order to do that, these individuals have been dead 22 and 23 years. We can't not acknowledge the fantastic music. It's got to be around the music, because we wouldn't even be talking about this if we weren't listening to the music. You know what I mean? The music is what it's all about. And obviously we need to celebrate it. And obviously these two guys are the two most iconic people
we all out here fans, you know?
Exactly. That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So now, like you were saying, like we don't really want to focus too much on like the deaths, even though how important they are, especially with the case and how it was solved and everything with that. But haven't we got a special guest as well that you've
We have. So we got some confirmation yesterday. So Mob James is coming down to join the tour. So it's big.
Tell us more about him.
I've never met him. I haven't met him. I feel like I've known him for about 3 years. Mob James is former Death Row Records security who worked under Suge Knight. Suge, Marion Knight, who owned Death Row Records. And he was down with Suge Knight from 1988, obviously right through to around about 96. I think he left Death Row Records around about 2001. Mob brings a lot of energy, of insight of what it was like on Death Row Records, and he actually was there the night that Tupac got killed.
Wow.
Wow.
Didn't you say that he was the one who was waiting outside for him as well?
So Mob James was actually doing security at the Las Vegas club 662 on the night of when unfortunately Tupac was murdered, and he was the security guard there when certain individuals rocked up in the car park planning to assassinate Tupac Shakur.
Yeah. So what's his name again? Okay. Mob James, was he like the head of security for Shakur or?
No, he wasn't head of security. He was actually just security for Suge Knight.
Okay.
Suge Knight had a really close security that was Mob Piru.
Yeah.
That were from the Blood Gang in Los Angeles, southern Los Angeles, and Mob was a really integral part of Suge Knight's sort of comfort. Tupac Shakur security was through Right Way, which was through Reggie Wright Jr. From Death Row Records. But Mob James, he's sort of an integral part of how Death Row Records operated, not only on the street, but obviously in the media and obviously at concerts and whatnot. So he did a lot of security at Suge Knight's club in 662.
So can you just give us a bit of a background? Obviously, like there's the Netflix series, which is Unsolved, and how that kind of relates to the tour, and just a little bit of background on who Greg Kading is, just for those who don't know.
So Greg Kading obviously retired from the LAPD in 2008, and then obviously Greg Kading was still very passionate around this topic, because Greg Kading has a lot of time for the families of Christopher Wallace, aka Notorious B.I.G., and obviously Tupac Shakur, and he's actually quite friendly with Violetta Wallace. So he has a good relationship with Violetta Wallace, and he decided to write a book called Murder Rap. And then once he wrote that book called Murder Rap, then him and a guy out there, shout out to Mike Dorsey and himself, they actually did a movie called Murder Rap. Very, very independent sort of movie. And obviously that's when USA Network actually, with the feedback and the knowledge that Greg Kading brings to these cases, were like, we want to do a series. Yeah. And USA Network did the series in 2013, 2014. They filmed it, aired it in 2016, and now Netflix has actually bought the show. So it's funny, when I reached out to Greg in 2008, because my beliefs on this show, on these deaths, is very similar to Greg's back in 2008. Greg remembers when Noonan Boy had the same opinions as what Greg did in 2008. Wow. So we had a connection back then. When he actually wrote the book, I actually helped a little bit around what I thought was right and what was wrong. Yeah. And now we're sitting there 11 years later doing a live show based off the independent movie, the independent book, and now the Unsolved Netflix series.
It's been a long way, hey?
Yeah, it's been a bit of a roller coaster.
Well, that's the influence these guys have on not just hip hop, but
absolutely,
with their deaths to the whole crime
so that's,
industry.
Good point. Very good point. So that's basically what Greg Kading. Greg, and this is very opinion to all the fans out there. Greg Kading has an opinion that he solved these murders. Yeah. He's going to show you at the show with facts, no conspiracies, truth, confessions, Mob James, statements. There's no bullshit with this show. I really want to, about that. So, but at the end of the day, I was saying to homeboy Dash, it's his opinion. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's his opinion.
And everyone's entitled to their opinion.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Yeah, and everyone can get online and write what they want and think Tupac's still alive. I wish he was still alive. Puck, where are you? Please, you know what I mean? If heaven's got a ghetto, But unfortunately, he's not. You know what I mean? And this is Greg Kading's opinion on what went down.
Yeah. So Nick, break down the show for us. Like, how's it gonna start off with?
So DJ set first off.
Yes, sir.
Malachi, 100%. Tupac and Biggie. Yeah. 92 through to 97. Death Row, Bad Boy Records era, complete out the gate. It's going to be incredible. And then obviously right before Greg and I hit the stage, obviously we'll change the tempo of the music a little bit. Yeah. To go back like a little bit of a celebration there and bring it up. And the music will switch a little. Yeah. It'll be a little bit sad, and obviously then throughout Greg's presentation, that goes for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Yeah. We obviously have music that obviously we take back. Yeah. Certain music that will be played throughout the whole presentation.
You've been rehearsing?
Yep. Yeah.
He's got a set on point.
Of course he would be.
He's ready to go. He could get on the 1-2.
He's ready to make us laugh and cry and
all emotions on.
All emotions all in one night.
Once a DJ, always a DJ. So.
Exactly. So, and then we'll have an intermission during the show for you guys for about 20 minutes. And then just after the intermission, obviously, that's when Mob James will step to the stage. Yeah. And Mob James, like I was saying before, he'll bring some really good content. Yeah. And then obviously there's a little bit of music that goes on the back part of the show. And then the question and answer is going to be the really, really big thing. So the question and answers.
With the amount of people that's going to be there as well.
Well, hopefully.
It
will be good. So, and that's really good for, people do it in a respectful way that they can actually ask some questions to Mob James, to Greg Kading, and if they want to ask me some questions, and they can obviously, ask if they don't know something, they can ask around that, and actually if they want, they can actually have their opinion. That's question and answers all around opinions.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
And how can people submit their questions? Like, are we going to do like a hashtag on Twitter or IG? Or are we going to do like an old school?
No, so during the night I'll actually step into the crowd, and obviously we'll have a live microphone through the venues, in Perth, Melbourne, Sydney and Brisbane, so we'll be able to actually share it around and ask the people in the crowd around the questions if they want to have some questions for the show.
Yeah, that'll be great, because you'll be having like people from like who are lived and breathed Tupac and Biggie, and then you've got some youngins who are just like, oh yeah, I know their songs. Like,
very good point. And the funny thing is, or not so much funny, but it'll probably take someone to ask the first question, and then obviously it'll roll. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then that's where I'll roll back and forth with Greg. And Mob James will be a very, very integral part to that question and answer, because there'll be a lot of people that'll want to ask him some questions that will be completely different in the investigation.
Definitely.
That's why this show's so good, because you can come to this show, it's not only great music, celebration of their lives, but also you can ask. We're going to have some true crime fans there. You know what I mean? We're going to have some fans there that are into true crime. Yeah. Then we're going to have some fans out there that are mad Tupac fans or Biggie fans. Yeah. And then we're going to have some fans out there that just want to, because we got some feedback the other day on Facebook, I just want to come for the DJ set. Come for the DJ set. Malachi's going to blow your fucking mind. Yes. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's going to be incredible as well. So there's going to be so many. We didn't want this show just to be purely around case files and investigation. Yeah. Can't be about that. We've got to bring a little bit more different stuff to it. So it's going to be mad. And then obviously after the question and answers, obviously Mr. Kading does a dedication to their families, and obviously then we'll do a dedication to Shakur and Wallace, and then that rolls out, and then it's a continued party of their lives. We must celebrate these individuals' lives.
Awesome. So once again, thank you guys so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you.
And also just let us know, or let everyone know how we can get tickets, times, venues, all the rest of it.
So obviously www.oztix.com.au for Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne and Perth. Tickets are on sale now. Tickets are selling quite well, actually. I'm surprised. Still a long way out, still 3 months out. Yeah. And obviously Brisbane, July the 26th on a Friday night.
And we'll be
Brisbane
there.
City, can't
well
wait.
Noted.
Don't worry,
put my calendar.
Closer to the date, we'll have an after party obviously as well. It'll take off late into the night.
I know what that's going to be.
Yeah. We can't say that yet, but we will have. And obviously on the Saturday, 27th of July in Melbourne, Australia. And then we'll take a break for 2 days. And then 31st of July in Sydney. And then we're going to have a little bit of a break for 9 days. And then we're going to head over to Perth on August the 9th on a Friday night. So Friday, Saturday, Wednesday,
that's
and then back on a Friday night. So pretty packed sort of 12 days. Yeah. And then after that, we've got a couple of surprises where we'll hop on an aeroplane and take it to some certain other countries around the world. So can't wait.
Awesome.
But no, thanks a lot, guys, for having us. And
thanks for coming.
Can't wait to see you guys at the show.
Yeah, can't wait to be there.
Super excited to be there. We'll be there, so you guys better be there.
You better be there.
Everyone will be there.